Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to Brandy's Beauty Addiction. Before we get started, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. Today's video, I'll be doing a mani with Glamorous Sky, and I'm going to share my first week of work with y'all too. Now let's start this video. Y'all know that I'll be using Glamorous Sky, and of course it's from my brand, Brandy Loves Beauty. And I'll be using the base coat from Luxie now. I am doing 3 dips of Glamorous Sky, and I'm going to say that this dip powder is sky blue and it has sheer coverage. When I first showed my husband this dip powder, he said it does remind him of a jelly bean. So some people will use the term jelly coverage and sheer coverage. And when you apply something that's jelly coverage or sheer coverage, they're about the same coverage to me. It's just, well, my idea is like fancy wording, but sometimes when someone said that the product is jelly coverage, it does kind of look like a jelly bean. I don't know, but I just think that both of them are like the same terminology in my mind. And I'm sure that there's going to be some other people that would disagree with me, and that's okay because we all have our ideas of what colors are, what different coverages are, yada, yada, yada. So this dip powder, it also has like a bunch of flakies and shimmers in it. And of course I made it glow because y'all know that I love me some glow in the dark dip powder and products. And if you want like a little bit of coverage, you should be good with like 2 dips. But if you want a little more coverage, 3 to 4 dips should be fine. But y'all know that most of the time I like to do 3 dips because my mani seem to last longer compared to when I did like 2 dips. Like my mani will just like pop off with the pill base. So I feels like when I do 3 dips, my mani will last longer with the pill base on. And I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back. I decided to join a bunch of collabs, and I didn't expect to start my job so soon. So once I got done doing nail art on my left hand, I got pretty tired and I decided to do a 1-color mani. So I just like pulled out Glamorous Sky, and you know what? Glamorous Sky deserves to be the star of the show because it is such a gorgeous dip powder on its own. When I first used Glamorous Sky, I paired it with Afterlight. It is a orange neon dip powder with a little bit of red to it because Afterlight was released with Glamorous Sky, and I tend to wear colors that I plan to release together. So I could have just like did Glamorous Sky by itself before, but you know, it's okay. I'm giving Glamorous Sky some love right now. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my previous video. So I got a call from my job because they wanted me to come in like a little before my first week of training because they wanted me to like fill out paperwork and do some orientation stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And when I was planning my visit to my family who are in the San Diego area, I was like, you know what? I should do my nails on a certain day so I could do the orientation, and then after the orientation I could just like drive down to the San Diego area because Orange County is basically halfway from my home and then of course my family's home. So like after that I just like drove like straight to my dad's house, and sometimes I'll bring my nail stuff to do manis at his house, but this time I was like, well, I want my nails to look nice when I am going to an orientation. So I decided to like do my nails when I like come back home because I had like another collab that was coming up pretty soon. And you're probably going to see a video on the collab like pretty soon or maybe a little bit later. It depends on how much time that I have because y'all know that I am working full time, and then of course I am dealing with school stuff along with that. So I'm still learning how to balance my time so I could do the stuff that I love. The first week of work is brutal because I live 45 minutes away from work, but when you live in Los Angeles along with the traffic, that could take you depending on what time you leave, it'll take you over an hour or maybe 2 hours to get to a location that is 45 minutes. So when I leave in the morning, I make sure I leave 2 hours before my shift to give me plenty of time. By the time I get there, I'll have 30 minutes to get into the building or have some time to myself, whatever I want to do with my 30 minutes. So when I leave, that's a whole nother story because I leave at 4:30. Everyone else leaves between 4 to 6 p.m. So, of course, traffic's going to build up. So, it takes me over an hour to, get home. But on the way to work, it's not so bad. It's about, 45 to, 50 minutes. I'm okay with that. But over an hour, that's, a little bit much for me. And every time I get home, I'm exhausted because of the traffic that I had to sit in. What I'll be doing at the job, I mentioned that I'll be talent acquisition for the human resources department for a very popular retail store, but we're called the corporate division for that retail store, meaning that we're not out on the floor with the employees who does the sales positions and all that stuff. We get to work all the way down in the basement. The basement is not too bad. And I am going to be using a base coat from Cooserry nails. I am flash curing the thumb for 30 seconds and everything else will get cured for 60 seconds. What I was saying is I am not super underground. I'm just one floor beneath the retail floor. And of course the reception is not the best there because you're in a basement. So luckily they had Wi-Fi for me to use on my phone if I want to hang on social media or surf the web on my lunch break or breaks, or if I need to get information from my email so I can log into my work computer. The thing that doesn't make sense to me, other companies, when they want to give you employee discounts, they'll give you a account number or whatever it is to identify you as an employee. So the store thought it was a great idea to have everyone sign up for a store credit card to get the discount. And that doesn't make sense to me because they pay their employees minimum wage and you want to put them in debt. It's come on, store, make it make sense. I don't get it. It's yeah, it's annoying. So I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back. I am using a builder gel from Glamorous Sky. I am going to flash cure the thumb for 30 seconds and of course everything else will get cured for 60 seconds. The time I like to use builder gel if I am doing a mani with glitter and flakies, and it also depends on the type of shimmery mani it is. So sometimes if I'm in doubt, I'll just use builder gel before I put on the gel top coat to make sure everything is good when I file and buff. And I'm going to be right back. I am using a gel top coat from Glamorous Sky. I'm going to flash cure the thumb and then I am going to cure everything else for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And once that is done curing, that is when I am going to file and buff, and I'll be back. I am done filing and buffing, so now I'm putting on more gel base coat, and I'm starting to realize that the retail industry is not for me. I did work retail jobs a couple of times, and the reason why I decided to be talent acquisition in the retail industry because it was the only place that would give me an opportunity with no experience, and I don't need to have like any type of degree in my hand. Y'all know that I already have a degree, but the job requirements, they only wanted you to have like a high school degree and you're able to do like certain things. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I took the job, because I needed the opportunity. So when I job search after I graduate with a bachelor's degree, things should go a little bit smoother. And I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back. I am using a no wipe gel top coat from Shundalen Bonate. I'm going to flash cure the thumb, and then of course I'm going to cure everything for 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm basically putting product back on my nails since I filed and buffed it away. So my first week, I'm just going to say that I'm not really a fan of how they do like requirements for hiring, because I understand that the holidays are coming up and they want as many bodies as they can. So with that being said, that means that we basically hire anybody with a pulse. All I need to do is read the application, do a couple of clicks, and that person is hired, and then they just accept it and they just show up to orientation. And along with that, they have like a high volume of hiring, because the first week they really made it clear that, hey, hiring is super important. Every leader or whoever I spoke to, they all kept on saying hire, hire, hire. So I'm like, okay. And depending on the timeline, I think like some days they require you to hire 10 people, and that could be challenging to hire 10 people in one day, because one, sometimes you have to call them to like verify some stuff, or I couldn't find another position for them if that other position is not available. And then I think when it gets like closer to actual holiday season, they might like raise the requirement up to like 20 to 30. Who knows? And since I'm over here yapping away, I'll be using the lemon buttercream cuticle oil from Wishful Dish by Tea. And I would like to thank y'all so much for taking time out of your day to view this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're loving this Manny. And don't forget to hit that little bell, because it'll notify you when I upload a video.